And hello, I'm Jon Garlick, and welcome to another segment of Meet the Newsmakers. I'm here with Jonathan Gaddy, my old friend for decades, I think. But you now are the brand new Calhoun County Administrator, is that right?
That's right. Thanks for having me on, John.
Glad to have you here. So, when did you start as our county administrator?
I started back in June, so I think this is week 6 for me.
Week 6, yeah. Okay. And before that, people might remember you as the director of our EMA.
That's right. I'm originally from Jacksonville, grew up in Calhoun County. I started out as a volunteer, actually, at the EMA office at the emergency management folks up in Jacksonville. I had the pleasure of serving as the director later for that agency for a few years. And then I left the county. I worked for the state of Alabama down at the emergency management office for the statewide program there in Montgomery. Taught college for a couple of years and decided to move back. This opportunity came around, and glad to be closer to family here in the community back in Calhoun County.
You were number 2 at the state for EMA?
I served as the deputy director there under the director at the time in Governor Ivey's administration, and we had COVID, hurricanes, floods, tornadoes, so we were able to help a lot of folks working with our local partners in that. And
when you were you grew the EMA. I think when you first took over, there was, well, we had that big space down in the building in Jacksonville, and that downsized after the chemical.
Yeah, a lot of folks that have been in the area for a while may be familiar. We had the chemical stockpile program. Of course, all those weapons were destroyed by the Department of Defense, which is a good thing. But those initiatives brought a lot of extra funding into the community for many years around emergency preparedness. So back around 2011, 2012, as that was winding down, we had to retool things. We now have an integrated EMA and 911 facility, so we were able to put those two agencies together. They're still separate operations, but having them co-located has brought a lot of advantages to the community. They're able to share a lot of resources and information, and it's very different today than it was even just a few years ago, because we have social media. Technology is a much bigger part of people's lives, and the way communities organize around disasters and things has changed. And of course, there have been a few disasters that have taken place here in Calhoun County while I've been gone, with the tornado a few years ago. So Calhoun County has a great team in place with our EMA director, Mr. Miles Chambly, and our 911 director, Kevin Jenkins, and other public safety partners.
Yeah, I think they're both good legacies for your stint there. And did you have something to do with JSU getting their EMA doctorate going?
No, people in the community may not be aware, and in full disclosure, I teach part-time for Jack State and graduated with a degree in geography from JSU. I did my undergrad there, but Jack State had the first emergency management degree program really structured the way that modern programs are structured. That started back in the 90s. And that grew out of some work that they were doing, again, with the chemical program and some support that they were providing. But they're one of the largest programs in the country. Wow. It's a very competitive field. Jack State has a huge program, and they do have degrees across all levels. So it's a really good resource for us here in the community, and that program's fully online. JSU's growing. They're doing a lot of great things up there, and it's great to be a partner with them from the county standpoint as well.
Yeah, I teach adjunct up there too. You and I did a commercial for that program back in the day.
Yeah, we've done quite a lot.
You were in that commercial way more than I. You had to slow the thing down just to see my little split second.
That was my 5 minutes of fame. We worked out.
It was a lot of fun. It was an expensive commercial.
Well, the university wanted to be cost effective, and we were able to bring in some community partners to help them highlight the benefits of that program, which is really global. It's a worldwide program. They've got students from all over the United States. They've got military and contractor students that log in and take classes from U.S. facilities all across the globe. And their graduates and alumni from that program are placed in organizations all over in positions of leadership and influence. So there's a lot of JSU connections around the country because of the reach of that particular program.
Well, you have always been a great resource guy. You've always pulled the people together. You did that when you were running the EMA. You pulled my folks in, and we created an incident management team. So how are you bringing all that talent to the new job as county administrator?
You know, as a county administrator, I work for the county commission. We've got 5 commissioners. The chairman rotates every 9 months, so they have an equal time in leadership, and we've got a large number of different departments. A lot of folks will interact with the county as, of course, paying taxes, something we always have to do, or our licensed commissioner if they're working on updating their tags and things of that nature. The county also supports the sheriff's office, the jail, and some of these other critical operations. And then clearly we've got you know, a great road department there with our county highway department and engineering team and the work that they do. We have a landfill. We have our animal control facility. So there's a lot going on county government, and the commission is interested in you know, being a great partner. We've got a really active group of county commissioners right now that the citizens have elected and put in office, and they're speaking with one voice on a lot of issues. We've got regional partnerships. We're working closely with some of the municipalities and even other counties in the area around economic development, various other concerns that the county wants to focus on moving forward. Balancing that with being responsible with the taxpayers' dollars, right? Alabama is a little different from some states in that the counties really don't have home rule. So we're limited and constrained on a lot of things by what the county commission has legal authority to do. It's very different from a city. A city or municipality can enact ordinances and change the way that they're collecting revenues. Pretty much with the county, it's set in stone on what we can and can't do. We don't have nearly the flexibility that a municipality does, so we have to live within our means on that and be responsible in finding creative solutions to stuff.
Well, so it's way more than just filling potholes.
Absolutely. There's a lot that goes with county government, from taking care of indigent issues that may come up. You know, our coroner's office handles individuals that you know, pass away and maybe not have next of kin or family members take care of them. We have, of course, the probate judge and all the recording that goes on with all the property transactions. We keep up with that. Revenue Commission takes care of assessing the taxes that have to be collected for everybody in the county and distributing those out. So it's a comprehensive operation. A lot of it, if it goes well, happens behind the scenes, but we've got a great workforce. There are about 350 plus individuals that work for Calhoun County. Not all of them work directly for the commission. We do have a number of independent elected officials. The sheriff's a good example, Revenue Commission, License Commissioner. So they run their own departments, but we're all part of one family team with the county. And our office and the administration provides the services that tie all of that together.
So you work for the commissioners, is that right?
Yes.
But you're the business head, basically. You keep all the wheels moving, and you control, if that's the right word, you control the money, make sure the budgets are met, and then if there's any shortfalls, it's your problem to solve. Is that how that works?
Well, yes, in a nutshell. You know, we've got, like I said, our department heads, some of whom are elected. We want to make sure their personnel are taken care of with benefits and our payroll, and you know, that's all public information as far as how we're structured on that. And we want to be a competitive employer to bring folks in that want to serve the citizens and that have a service-oriented mindset wherever they work throughout the county, and then be responsible in providing them with the tools that they need to do their job. You know, a taxpayer, you're riding around, you want to see the equipment that you're paying for being used responsibly and taken care of. So we've got great programs around that. Safety issues, you know, training our personnel to not get hurt. The folks that we're responsible for, we want to be mindful of issues that may come up. For instance, you know, in the county jail, your background in law enforcement, we want to take care of the people that are in custody there and make sure that they're, you know, properly taken care of with food and everything else. So it's everything from the food that gets served into jail to the potholes and everything in between.
So in comparison to other counties in Alabama, how are we doing?
Calhoun County's always had, I think, a really stable county commission operation. We're very fortunate, you know, we're one of the larger counties in the state. We're certainly not the largest by any means, but some good decisions have been made over the last several decades, going back many years, to ensure that we're set up to operate within our means. We've also been able to provide some good services. So if you look at what's available to the citizens, we have facilities like Woodland Park that we were able to partner in getting from the city of Anniston. We've continued to operate. We have community centers in different parts of the county that are operated by the county commission. And the commissioners are able to do special projects that are important to the residents in their districts. And that's something that gives them some flexibility working with especially community organizations. You know, one thing that sets counties in Alabama apart from other states is that we don't do a lot of social services. In Alabama, a lot of those are provided by nonprofit organizations. So the county is able to help fund some of those critical social services around mental health and homelessness and things of this nature without necessarily having to operate it in-house. So we are tied into a lot of those things to make sure we're spreading what we have around as best we can to take care of the folks that need it and be responsible to all of the citizens.
Well, it's an extremely busy balancing act, but one I know that you're more than capable of. We're going to take a break, and then we'll be back here with our new County Administrator, Jonathan Gaddy. Stay with us.
At Bentley Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama, where it's a country feel but professional care. Come see us today.
You may not believe it, but it's true. The 2024 Team 1 Chevys are here. All 23-24 Silverado light duties have 2.9% financing for 72 months. The hottest new 24 Team 1 Chevy Blazer, 1.9% financing and no payments till April. And the #1 selling family vehicle, the Equinox. 24 models. You got it. 1.9% financing and no payments till April. Team 1 Chevrolet, home of the best people, the best service, period.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
I'm Alan Parnell, the Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Welcome back. We're here with Jonathan Gaddy, our new county administrator for Calhoun County. Jonathan, so been on the job barely a month. What's your biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge for me is just catching up. It's been great to be reconnected back in a community where I know so many people, and I've still got a lot of friends that work with the county and the cities and the other organizations. So it's good to be home. The biggest challenge, though, is just catching up with the work they've done since I've been gone. I really am grateful to this commission for bringing me in and giving me an opportunity to take over leadership in an organization that's already on a good trajectory. That helps out a lot. So there aren't really any big fires burning, but the commissioners have priorities that they want to look at around broadband, improving the public safety services, and modernizing the way the county is communicating with the residents. So we're looking at doing some updates like to our website and seeing how we can automate and bring some things online and make it easier for the residents in the county to be able to get information when they're trying to do business with the county or take care of needs that may be coming up either at home or in their community, and get them pointed in the right direction.
Public safety is an important issue, obviously. My career at the sheriff's office. I remember years and years ago, City of Anniston pulled out of their police jurisdiction. Are there any rumors that might happen again?
Not that I'm aware of,
Okay.
John. I think the law enforcement community does a great job partnering on how they're responding and working as one team. So it's a challenge balancing budgets sometimes between coverage. We want folks to have good response time. EMS coverage right now is something that's very much on everybody's radar. The costs of operating EMS agencies that serve the county are increasing a lot.
Explain how that works, because I think some people get confused at where we've got fire. Sometimes the fire department has EMS, sometimes it's a private vendor. So tell us what we have here.
Well, in Calhoun County, we're served by a few different EMS organizations, and we need to make a distinction between emergency medical response that we can oftentimes get when the fire department comes out because they're trained as EMTs versus having an ambulance there because they're related but different things. So we've got a few different EMS organizations, for example, Anniston, Oxford, Piedmont Rescue Squad. You got the city of Jacksonville that operates an ambulance service, and then you have fire departments that will also come stabilize a patient on scene, but they may not necessarily have an ambulance to take them to the hospital. So we've been well taken care of over the last several decades in Calhoun County. That's been through a lot of donations and volunteer efforts and different organizations cooperating. And when we look across the state, a lot of the rural counties especially have real challenges with response time on ambulance calls, sometimes up to an hour or more. And unfortunately, there's been some instances in the news where loss of life has occurred because nobody could get there. So that's an issue that the county is paying very much attention to. The commissioners are very interested in trying to make sure that we do what we can, even though we don't operate the ambulance service, to make sure that those agencies are getting what they need, because citizens are used to being able to call 911 and have an ambulance respond. And we've had instances where we've had some significant delays that we want to be attentive to, and the cost of providing those services has increased over time. And then we've got great volunteer fire departments. They're always looking for volunteers, but it's hard to get folks to do that, and people have to go to work during the day. So coverage challenges, if a fire call or an EMS call comes up, is a real concern, and people can only do so much, right? So we're looking at those things, and the county's getting a lot of requests. Folks say, hey, we want to make sure that we're continuing to deliver really good services, and trying to think about what the county can do to plug into that.
Well, that's important for economic development. The other side of that equation is where the ambulances take people to. We're down to just RMC now. Stringfellow has narrowed their focus. They're all still under RMC's foundation. But how is the commission feeling about this, what seems to the general public to be a reduction in health services or emergency room care or hospital care?
If that's what you're hearing, I'll take your word for it. That's not something that I've had a chance really to dig off in. I will just say, as far as the commission and the conversations that I've been able to have with them, they want to do the most good for the most people in everything. And we've got a great team of partners in the county, and that includes all the independent boards and different groups that operate the different moving parts of this system. And the message that the commission has delivered, really strongly to me is we want to have one team in the county that's working together. So I think as long as we can focus on that, we'll make sure that we're all doing the most we can. And I think that's generally speaking what everybody wants to do, not just folks in the county. So as long as we stay focused on that, working together as an entire community, we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, you can problem solve that way. Now there's a lot of good things going on. The county commission's investing a lot of money in the jail expansion, right? Mm-hmm. How much is that project they're doing? Remind me what they're doing there.
It's several $1 million. Yeah, the jail's been there for several decades. Sheriff Wade does an outstanding job with his personnel operating that facility and taking care of the inmates that unfortunately have wound up being incarcerated for one reason or another. We're adding some additional facilities there that can more specifically be tailored to medical needs. A lot of folks may not know if you're incarcerated and you got health insurance, that generally goes away.
Yeah.
So if you're in jail, the county has to pay those medical expenses, and that's our tax dollars, property taxes, and other stuff. So we want to be efficient with that, but we have to take care of people also, and that all is cash. We have to pay cash for it. We've got some great partnerships with some of the medical providers here in the community that help us take care of the inmates, but we needed some facilities there. So the county, before I arrived, had already made some arrangements to have some work done, and we've done some other updates to make sure that we can keep our law enforcement personnel safe while we're booking people and bringing them into the county jail. Mm-hmm. And the sheriff's designed some changes there that we were able to upgrade some of the facilities to a more modern standard, and continuing to look at other things we can do to reduce the risk for our personnel and for the inmates that are coming in.
Yeah, it's a tremendous liability, and the inmates have to be treated both medically and for mental health problems. And yeah, you guys are spending a lot of money, and that's good. Having run that jail for a little bit, that's important. Now, the county school system, the county school board, is completely separate from the county commission. Is that right?
That's correct. Now, our commissioners do a great job supporting different initiatives and special projects, especially sports, mm-hmm. That are going on out in the county schools. But the county school board, of course, is independently elected. It's totally separate and apart from the county commission as far as county government goes.
And what about the development of Fort McClellan? How does the county commission get involved with that?
Well, we've got the McClellan Development Authority out there that's charged with redeveloping that property, and the county and the city of Anniston, of course, are interested in seeing the best things possible happen there.
Does the county commission have somebody on that board?
The county makes a few appointments to the board. The city makes some appointments, but it's still a separate legal entity. So, and there are other examples. The county commission, one of their biggest responsibilities is actually appointing people to these boards, because there are various different organizations that handle specific functions, mental health, community services, stuff like the MDA, where the county makes an appointment, and other entities where it may be the state legislative delegation that makes appointments. So those appointing people is a big part of their job, and the commissioners have, special things that they want to see done, and it's sort of a divided puzzle picture, but we try to keep it all connected so that we can tell what it is when we're looking at it.
To be a good citizen, you have to be involved in your local politics. You have to pay attention to what's going on. So for our viewers that might want to find out what's going on at the county commission, what's the best way to kind of get involved and get in the know? Well,
our county commission meets every month on the second and fourth Thursdays. So it's great to come to a commission meeting, meet the commissioners. Your county commissioners are out in the community and active. If you don't know your commissioner, you can go on our website, send them an email, contact them if you've got an issue. They're always happy to speak with the residents and the constituents out there in the county. And if we don't know how to solve your problem, we'll do what we can to get you an answer. We're limited in the scope of what we're responsible for and what we can do, but we try to help everybody that comes in with a need get connected to a solution if there's one that we know of. And we don't ever want anybody to feel like we're trying to push them off, because we want to serve all the citizens, but sometimes that means working in partnership with other organizations.
Well, the economy is growing a little bit. We've got Welborn Cabinets is going to build a big plant out toward the Welborn area, out that way, and I think they've got 300 or 400 employees that they're going to hire over the next couple of years. Are you familiar with that?
Just in general, I will say, the county, we don't have an in-house economic developer.
Right.
The county commission makes appointments to something called the Economic Development Council that's more focused on industrial development. And those folks do a great job, Don Hopper and his team there. And then we've got a strong partnership with the Chamber of Commerce, which of course involves a lot of different players just for the day-to-day business community stuff. And then some of the municipalities, are very active in retail development and things of that nature. So if there's an opportunity for us to partner, folks will come in and say, hey, we would love to see the county at the table on this. And sometimes there are specific initiatives that we can help the economic development community put on the table to create more jobs and bring more revenue into the county, and we definitely want to continue to focus on that.
Well, that's your job, to wear all those hats and pull all those things together, right? Well, we're really glad to have you back in the county and in this position, and I think the public will appreciate you down the road, and you got some great things to offer us. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
For tuning in, and we'll see you again on Meet the Newsmakers.
At Bentley Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama, where it's a country feel but professional care. Come see us today.
You may not believe it, but it's true. The 2024 Team 1 Chevys are here. All 23-24 Silverado light duties have 2.9% financing for 72 months. The hottest new 24 Team 1 Chevy Blazer, 1.9% financing and no payments till April. And the #1 selling family vehicle, the Equinox. 24 models, you got it. 1.9% financing and no payments till April. Team 1 Chevrolet, home of the best people, the best service, period.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero-turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
I'm Alan Parnell, the Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.